Okay, welcome back. So we are looking at how we can be able to do a method call and how we can work with objects. So let's start by creating. We can come to our project, Learn Java Basics. We can create a new package by simply right clicking on it, and then we can give it a package name com.lesson. .3. Okay, it is. So right click on it, then go to class. Let's call it calc area. Yeah, calc area. We can give it the main method so that it's executable. Yeah, there we are. Now, the best approach for us to be able to best understand the method call and how to work with objects, we can work with questions. So we have two questions here. Write a program that will compute the area of a rectangle where length and width is entered through keyboard. Write a program that will compute area of a rectangle through method compute area. So those questions will help us understand method calls and how to create objects. So let's jump right into it. So we begin by the fact that we are supposed to enter length and width through keyboard, and that means that we must import java.util.scanner class. Yeah, there it is. So let's make use of it. So say scanner inputs is equals to new scanner. So usually have system dot in within it. Okay, now we have that. So we need to make a few declarations here. Int length, width. Okay, there we go. So we can start with the length. Input dot, this must be a next int. Now because we have declared the length as an integer variable, and then we can do likewise to the other one. The one for width is equals to input dot next, that is next int. There it is. But we need to inform the user the kind of input is supposed to be doing. So we can say system.out.println, enter length. Okay, there we are. Enter width. Okay, now we have that. The next thing we can do is, seems to be having an error here. Okay, sorry about that. We forgot to declare it within the, we forgot to declare it within the main method. If we don't want to get an error, we need to do the declaration within the main method, not outside. Now we have that. Okay, now the question says write a program that will compute the area of a rectangle where length and width is entered through keyboard, and we've now been told to compute it through another method, so the computations will occur within the main method, and for that reason we add another variable declaration there, area. So let's make use of area. So it's length multiplied by width. We'll be able to get the area of a rectangle, and we can do an output. We can do an output of the same. Okay, you can make use of the ln, and then we can say the area is, you can do a concatenation there, area, give it some space in there. Okay, I should be working now. Let's save and run. Okay, and the length, perhaps I enter that, and the width 4. Okay, it's giving us an answer there. Let's run it again and try again. Maybe we enter 30, enter 15. Okay, so it's working. So the next thing we need to do is to answer the second question, and the second question is straightforward. Write a program that will compute the area of a rectangle through method compute area. Now this is where we learn how to make the method call and how to create objects of a class, because we need to create an object of the class. Now let's see. We can modify these. We can modify this class. Yeah, you can simply just modify this. And how do we go about it? Okay, let me see. We need to remove that. Then we need to create the class, the object, sorry. Okay, we can see the name of the class is calc area, calc area. Then we can say C is equals to new calc area. There, we have simply created an object C out of the class calc area. So we're going to use C to access any methods that belong to this particular class calc area. Now what method are we talking about? We're supposed to be computing using the compute area. So public ends compute area. So this is the method we're going to make use of. Okay, now this method it's going to make a return, and therefore it will be accepting two values. So you can say int, that is for length, int b for width, and then it will basically, you can say int area there, and then we can say return area. Okay, so area is equals to a multiplied by b. There. Okay, there is the method. So we need to make some modifications down here, so that the moment the user enters the length, enters the width, then we need to transfer the length and the width to the method compute, and we can do that through our method call. So let's write the method call. For us to access that method, remember we said we must access through the object. We created an object C, put that, and then you are able to see there it is. So what we need is length, and then we need the width. There it is, terminate. So what happens is this: after we have entered the length, we have entered the width, so the length will be transferred to where we have int a. So the value a, the variable a will hold the value that is within the length variable, and then b will hold the value that is within the width. It will be transferred directly. So it matters how you arrange them, because you can see that is the length, that is the width, and therefore the same thing will happen here. That will be the length and that will be the width. So the a variable a is length, variable b is width. Now let's see, since it is going to return the results, we need to output the results of the area as the area is. Now this is what we're going to do. We can simply just carry that, cut and paste it there, and remove that termination. There it is. Should be working now. I don't think there is any error. Okay, so save and run. There, it's working. Okay, it's working. We have tested and it's working. So we were only able to access compute method by the creation of the object C. So if we had not created the object C, there was no way we are going to access it like this. However, it is possible for us to call a method without having to instantiate an object. And how do we go about that? Let me show you how to do that. So the lesson was creating what? Creating an object created, object C created. There, we created an object C, and then we did a method call here. This is the method call. So we did that method call. Now, if you want to be able to call or execute this particular method without the need of instantiating an object, what we need to do is change it to static. Let's do that. That is static. So once you say static, there are a few things that you do not need. Oh yeah. So we remove this. We remove that line. It becomes very simple. So input, then we input the length, we input the width. So now we are working with this. Let me first remove it from there. This is what we are working with. Sorry. As simple as that. So no need of C dot compute area. No need of that. We just call it this. This is a simple method call. Just mention the method and whatever arguments you whatever values you like to pass to that particular method. So they will be passed during the method call. Let's return it here. We need to test and see if it is working. Okay, maybe 50, maybe 23. Yeah, there it is. So it's working. We've been able to answer the two questions. We created the first program that was able to answer that question. Very simple. No need of computations through another method. We use the main method there. For the second question, we created a compute area. The previous program that we have just looked at, we were able to create an object, and then through the object we were able to access this particular method. However, for the third program, this one that we are looking at, we just modified the previous one. We are able to change the method to static. The moment you change the method to static, then you do not need to use the object. You basically just mention the method and any arguments that it needs to go with during the method call, so that, see, once the user has entered the length, is the length, the width. So these two will be carrying values, and these values will be brought on to A and B. So the arrangement is very important. It matters a lot. So inside there we declared area. Remember, area was also declared here, but since a local variable, there's no problem, so we can remove it from here since we're not using it. Now here we have declared it as a local variable, so we've not been able to have any errors as a result of that. Now, so we compute area is basically length times width, that is A multiplied by B, and we're able to get the area of a rectangle, and then we return that area. So for us to get that result, we basically just need to call that particular method, and that's what we have done here. So it's as simple as that. See you in the next video. Bye bye for now.